Thank you, Acting Director. And prior to this, you were the head of this aviation safety program, which was about 7,400 people at the FAA. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And some of this may have been involved with this, but some of it isn't.
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So on the certification, what concrete steps have been taken to investigate any alleged conflict of interest or pressures on the FAA staff?
Well, we've done a couple of things, and thank you for the question, Chair Cantwell. We've done a couple of things. One of the first things we did for the agency itself, we stood up a voluntary safety reporting program for AVS employees. We've undertaken a cultural survey, which was completed late last year, and I've received those results as acting administrator. We're going through those results now to ensure what the climate of our aviation, our AVS principally, our inspectors, our engineers on that side. We've also published a policy on not interfering with ODA unit members, and we're increasing the number of human factors specialists within AVS. So we've got a body of work. We certainly got a ways to go to make sure we've got that the AVS complement where we want it to be. But what I can say is that as of to date, we've got 7,489 people within AVS. We plan to take that to 7,775 by the end of this fiscal year, and we're moving to ensure we've got the kind of competencies and skill sets we need to go forward.
Congress created new civil penalties in this area for interference. Has FAA taken any action in enforcement related to that?
I get a regular report from our Office of Audits and Investigation. To date, I have not where we've done a civil penalty, but I can tell you that I sit down on a regular basis and review every case that comes through our whistleblower office.
Do you think there are further steps that need to be taken?
I think as we continue to reinforce safety culture, as I mentioned in my open remarks around safety management system, we must continue to do everything to make sure that we have absolutely a culture of transparency, communication, and cooperation across all lines of business within the agency.
So you've entered a rulemaking now, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
And so what will that entail in implementing a safety system,
So when for safety management systems, so as we go through this, now, let me just say, one of the things we've already done as of last year, we now have as the final rule of SMS for airports. We realized the entirety as an ecosystem. And while a lot of the focus has been on Boeing, and rightfully so, we're looking across the totality of the industry to make sure that as safety management system, I can tell you, firsthand, having lived in that world for a lot of my professional career, that a very robust safety management system will give you the kind of regulatory compliance and the ability to steer into risk and provide meaningful corrective actions. I've seen that work firsthand.
When will this be fully implemented at Boeing as a manufacturer or other manufacturers?
So Boeing and all of the major manufacturers in the U.S. currently have accepted voluntary SMSs, and they are in work.
One that is overseen by the FAA.
Yes, ma'am. I can tell you, matter of fact, I was just at Boeing last month, and our people have complete access to not only to all of their production system, and that's almost on an ongoing daily basis. So we are seeing the work from their SMS, and not only theirs, but others as well. But it would be better for us to make sure that this is the rule of law so that it applies to the entire industry.
So when will that be implemented?
We expect the NPRM will be done by this year, and we'll then work to get that to a final rule.
Okay, I'll have more questions on this. Thank you. Senator Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.